Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to drboystv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. So today, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has a segment called "Drop the Mic," and I saw that Stephen A. Smith said some interesting things about Kwame Brown, and also I was surprised when people told me that my name was mentioned in his segment. And I'm going to give you a perspective on this and kind of break this down for you. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelts, hit the thumbs up button. We're going to get started on drboystv.com right now.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm, great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boys TV. Here we are.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to drboystv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. Today I took my nap today. I take a nap every single day, and I woke up from my nap, and you can only imagine my surprise when I saw that Stephen A. Smith responded to Kwame Brown. That was very surprising when I saw that happen, because I didn't know if he was going to say anything else about all the Kwame Brown stuff or not. But then I was really surprised when he mentioned my name in his commentary. And Stephen A. and I have not talked for many, many years. I was on his show a long time ago, quite frankly, with Stephen A. Smith, who was very nice to me when I was on the show. But other than that, I really don't know the brother. I know that I have been concerned about some of the things that his commentary have led me to conclude about what ESPN kind of does in terms of kind of milking the Black community. One of the things, for example, one of the guys that worked at ESPN told me that the reason that they have these shows in the daytime that have Black men on these shows is because they realize that Black men have the largest unemployment rate in the country. Did y'all know that? I don't know. Give me a yes or no if you knew that or not. But they said because Black men have the highest unemployment rate in the country, they said that that's why they put their shows on TV in the morning for Black men, because they assume that Black men are going to be stuck at home, that they're going to be home just doing nothing. So they're like, okay, we're going to put sports on TV so that they'll watch sports all day. And we'll put Black men on these shows because their number one demographic is Black men. So I don't know if y'all knew that or not, but so I'm not a big fan of ESPN in any regard. I don't really care. I mean, I just watch them to get sports. But anyway, I saw where Stephen A. Smith responded to Kwame Brown, and he kind of did what I thought he would do. He went in and he talked about Kwame as a basketball player. And I think Kwame doesn't disagree that he wasn't the best basketball player. I saw that there was, so in case you don't know, first of all, let's ask this basic question. How many of you, give me a yes or no, how many of you have even paid any attention to the Kwame Brown thing? I would say the Kwame Brown Stephen A. beef, but it's not Kwame Brown Stephen A. beef anymore. It's Kwame Brown beefing with Stephen A. It's Kwame Brown beefing with Steven Jackson. It's Kwame Brown beefing with Matt Barnes. It's Kwame Brown beefing with Charlamagne the God. It's Kwame Brown beefing with Rachel Nichols, right? He's kind of beefing with a lot of people. And he tried to start beefing with me, but it takes two to fight, and I'm just not going to participate, because I told y'all in 2017 I'm not fighting with no Black people. I'm just not. I mean, only time I'll fight with Black people is when I feel like there's a direct interest that is in conflict with the B1 philosophy. B1 meaning Black first, but for the most part, most of the time, I'd rather fight with the racist white folks, the ones that attack. Now, Mario says he's really defending himself, and I do agree. It is important. I think it's okay to defend yourself. But one thing you got to think about, you got to be careful about being overly defensive. Overly defensive means that you're constantly defending yourself. And also, unfortunately, sometimes when you're overly defending yourself, you don't really always have the ability to acknowledge the things you might have done wrong. If I talk to you, if I ever tell you a story where I was perfect and everybody and 10 other people were messed up, you got to watch that. You got to watch that stuff. When somebody's like, he's messed up, she's messed up, but I'm perfect. I'm okay. I did everything right. Come on now. I mean, intelligent Black people know the difference. People that are not intelligent are not going to see that. So I would almost say that, look, with Kwame, what's interesting is that his basketball career is over. Okay, so what? Some people think you were a bust. Some people think you were great. Some people think you were in the middle. it's over. Who cares? So I think that what has happened is that there's a lot of psychological damage that's still there. Like he's still pissed off, and now he's got this baseball bat that he's able to swing back. With a lot of a lot of followers on YouTube. Somebody says he was silent for 13 years. He wasn't silent for 13 years. Go look at his channel. He's been doing videos for a while. Y'all just weren't paying attention to him until recently. If you go to his channel, let's go look. Let me go see. Let me go look up Kwame Brown YouTube channel. Let me see. Let's see. It's called Bus Life. He has 270,000 subscribers. Good for him. He's done 88 videos. So let's see let me see when his channel started. Now I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But let me see. Let me sort through the channel. They got this thing called Channelytics. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, so this is interesting here. All right, so here's one thing you can look at here. Let me show you a screenshot of his channel, which will really, I think, fascinate you. Those that are, again, I like to talk to smart people. If you're stupid, then you're just gonna think you're not gonna get anything. But let me see, share screen. Okay, here we go. Let me go over here. See, y'all gotta forgive me. I'm a little bit slow with this shit. Chrome tab. Here we go. All right. So here's the Kwame Brown channel. So you notice that here, going all the way March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, he's getting views, right? He's getting like 24,000, 26,000 views, etc. And then around this point, around May 18th, 19th, that's when you start seeing it take off, right? So this channel was always here. It was always around. It's just that it took off recently. And if you go to videos, let me see. I want to see if there's a way to sort through based like chronologically. Let me see. Look, here we go. You see, he was doing videos 2 years ago. So you see, 2 years ago, you got Homeboy Chronicles, Bus Life, Golf is My New Passion with 7,200 views. Check out my golf skills with 2,800 views. Give me a yes or no. Can you guys see that screen? Are you guys able to see it? I can make it a little bit bigger. But yes or no, let me know if you can see the screen. So you see here, he was doing, this is why the Cowboys should never win. What the fuck? This is the worst Cowboy fan ever. So you see that he's done a lot of videos a year ago, setting the record straight. So this is when he's explaining, his history. He did an interview with Tommy Sotomayor back in the day. And then you don't see big numbers until recently. So even 10 months ago, you see that he's doing, let's talk about Black Lives Matter before COVID-19, responding to emails and promoting the man up. So it sounds like he's doing interesting work. Now, I don't know what this is. I don't know why he's wearing a green suit. I don't know what that is. I don't know about that. I can't explain that one. But anyway, if you go back, so you keep going forward, and then let's keep going. Here we go. About here. Now, okay, here we go. Now he's talking about Ice Cube, and I love that. I love the fact that he was defending Ice Cube. And you see, here we go. Let's see right here. It looks like No Chill and Stack 5. This is when he went after Matt Barnes and your boy Steven Jackson. This is when it started to heat up. 88,499, 56,000, 78, 141, 23, 29, 105. And then you keep going and you start getting 191, 149, 256, 185. So it wasn't like he was silent for 13 years. Like that's something that's just not true. I mean, you could be mad that I'm telling you the truth and get emotional, but that's just not the truth. Like, stop lying, stop it, stop, So, call it clout chasing if you want to, consultant, but that's not, I don't know, maybe, I don't think he was clout chasing if that's what you're saying. But anyway, so I personally think that that the Stephen A thing, what I see now with Kwame and Stephen A is this: they're talking about two different things, right? Kwame, Stephen A is saying that, look, basketball wise, I proved my point. He showed a whole, set of bloopers where Kwame didn't look like the best basketball player. He didn't show his best plays. He kind of showed plays that made him look like he wasn't that good. And that was unfortunate. And then, but he's saying that basketball wise, he says, look, this is not personal. He said that, look, nobody said anything about you as a person. No one is attacking you as a person. What they're saying is that you're not a good basketball player. And I don't know if that's, and the thing about that is that that's all relative, right? Was he good? Well, he made it to the NBA. Most people don't ever get to the NBA. So in that way, he's a great basketball player. But what happened was they set the bar really, really high on him and expectations insanely high. He couldn't meet those expectations, so it made him look bad. Everything's about sort of comparing. Whereas Kwame seems to be talking about things that go outside of basketball. He's saying, look, yeah, I know I wasn't a good basketball player, or I wasn't as great as you thought I was going to be. That's why my channel is called Bust Life. So he's talking about things outside of basketball, but also it seems like he's offended that people have referenced his basketball career to almost say that because you're not a good basketball player, you're just a horrible person, or your life is terrible. Your whole life is trash. I think Steven Jackson used those words. Steven Jackson reached out to me on Instagram. And Steven, if you're watching, I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk. But truth is, I don't really have an interest in taking the side on any of this. I mean, it sounds to me like y'all played together. Y'all have a personal interaction. This is personal for them. This is not, one guy talking about some guy he doesn't know. From what I understand, they both play for the same team. So when two men have a personal interaction like that, there's a whole dynamic there that you may not be aware of. There's the whole time where they spent the whole season together in locker rooms for a whole year or more, or how many years they play together. Well, they've got a whole history there. So it's like if you come in the room and I'm arguing with my cousin that I've been close to for many years, you're not going to understand the argument. It'll look like we're arguing over pizza when really it's deeper than pizza. It's deeper than whatever it is that we look like we're arguing about at the moment. And a lot of people don't get that. Same thing was true with the George Floyd thing. I'm not going to say that the George Floyd thing wasn't racial. Yeah, of course it was. Sure. Why not? I mean, police are terrible. They do bad things to black people. But that was personal, too. Those guys worked together. They used to work at the same club, and they were both bouncers at the same club. So what I always want to know, and it's not politically correct to want to know this, I always want to know what the fuck was going on before this happened. Like, what happened in this interaction? I know politics wants to make everything simple. Like it was, here's a black man. Let me do this terrible thing to a black man. Sure. Okay, fine. You can have that if you want. But I really want to know the truth. I really want to know, what was going on like in that situation that led you to think that it's okay to do what you did to this man. Right. And I don't like the idea that we will take something that is personal and make it political, make it big, like it's, across the board. Now, let's see. Omar says, talk about Jessica Reed. If you want to know who Jessica Reed is the young lady that's accusing Charlamagne the God of doing something highly inappropriate 20 years ago. That's a really tough one. I had a best friend when I was in college who was accused of raping a woman. A woman accused him of rape, and it was pretty crazy. They went and they arrested him at his job. Took him away in handcuffs, put him in jail for 3 weeks. He had to drop out of school. He had to spend all his money paying lawyers. And people asked me, they said, well, do you think he did it? And my reaction to that is probably similar to the reaction to the Charlamagne thing, is that I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say he's innocent. I'm not going to say he's guilty because I wasn't there. I've never, ever, ever been in the room when another man is having sex. I've never been in the room when another man's having sex. So when my best friend got accused, I was like, wow, I wonder if he did it. I hope he didn't do it. Man, that's terrible. But the thing is, later on, the only reason I was able to say he didn't do it is because it was proven that this girl had lied several times before. So then I was like, yeah, they should have acquitted him because, she has a pattern of lying. So with Charlamagne, what does work against him is there are legitimate questions. I think anybody can ask that man. Anybody, you can ask him, like, why were you with a 15-year-old? What really went down? And I also think this is really game for brothers that are listening. Again, I care more about you than I care about any celebrity that I've ever interacted with. I've been around Charlamagne. I told you guys, he's been very nice to me. He had me on the Breakfast Club 4 times. He's always shown respect to me. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and take responsibility for something that allegedly happened 20 years ago. I don't know. I did not know you back then. So I think that, what's crazy about it, I can only talk about the facts as I've seen them in terms of how they've been presented from different sides. And it sounds like there's a conversation the community has to have about this. It sounds like she didn't go forward with the charges because her mother told her not to do it. It sounds like there's a double jeopardy issue that they can't prosecute twice because he took a deal. The deal was done. And the question becomes, how do his sponsors react? How do his allies react? The people that are making money off of him, how do they react? And I will say to you that those who think that they're going to protect him because of the money, you're probably right. They will protect him. And I would say that in this particular case, I'm not gonna vouch for any of that. I just vouch for the truth. That's it. That's all I know. That's all I can vouch for. I'm not into witch hunts, particularly when there's not direct evidence. But the thing is, I've seen stuff and it sounds pretty compelling. And I think that, at some point he's probably going to have to answer for that. But it's like, a little bit like the Bill Cosby thing. I think Bill Cosby should be out of jail because they did not prove that he was fully guilty. I don't believe that they did that. But I do not support Bill Cosby because I believe he's completely innocent. I don't know, I just don't know. So that's how I feel. So that's Jessica Reed. You can feel free to look it up. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And again, my advice to young black men in general is that you have to understand that you can be in situations where, little mistakes can haunt you for the rest of your life. You get around people that are doing something illegal or inappropriate or whatever. That can cause you a lot of problems. Most of the time when a powerful black man goes down, it's usually something related to sex. And so let's say that it is the case that Charlemagne is being unfairly accused. Well, if you're in the room with a young girl, on any level, then you're kind of putting yourself in a position where you can be accused of a lot of stuff. And the thing about being a black man is that once you're accused, you're done. Like once you get accused, it's a wrap. People don't care if you're guilty or not. Look at Albert Wilson. Albert Wilson was with that girl for 5 minutes, and they locked. He's still in jail right now. I think they're gonna give him another trial or something like that. I gotta go find out the update on that. But Albert Wilson didn't do anything wrong in my view. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I personally, when it comes to Charlemagne and Kwame, though, I still see that as like a personal thing. Like I see it as, because I'm mad at you, because you brought up my dirt, I'm gonna bring up your dirt. I don't recall him doing a lot of videos about Jessica Reed before he started beefing with Charlemagne. So let's say Charlemagne had been nice to him and said, "Hey, come on the Breakfast Club. We'd love to have you." I wonder if he would have attacked it in the same way that he did. That part I do not know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he was talking about Jessica Reed even before it even happened. I have no idea. So let's see here. You're showing your colors. Yeah, I show my colors every day, bro. If you just got here and you just saw, if you think I'm an asshole, just know I'm an asshole every day of the week. At least I'm a consistent asshole. So anyway, let's see. Kobe RIP. If I'm innocent, I'm not paying six. I'm paying six figures, not 1 penny. Well, sometimes people pay even if they're innocent because they have to pay to make the charges go away. Let's see. Doc, you talking about a whole bunch of nothing. Get to Stephen A. Stephen A, I already talked about Stephen A, so you got to go rewind the video if you want to hear that. Shout out to Kwame. Yes, shout out to Kwame. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Bill admitted to drugging women. Yeah, now Bill did. Well, Bill actually did not admit to drugging women against their will. Bill Cosby's thing was he was hanging with drug addicts. The women that he was rolling with, many of them were hooked on drugs. Like, I'd like to know what percentage of those women were using drugs all the time. So what do you do when a drug addict says, "You drugged me"? Well, so my thing is like, yeah, if he brought drugs and they both took drugs together, well, that happens all the time. That's different from drugging somebody. So do I believe Bill Cosby is completely innocent? No, I don't. But that particular example you're talking about where they said, well, he admitted to drugging women. No. Go look at the transcript of that question. He basically said that he did bring drugs and give the women drugs for sex, but he never said against their will. So for what you read there, he's basically saying, I gave them drugs because they wanted the drugs. We were getting high together. People get high together. That's what they did in the 60s. They still do it to this day. So you got to know the difference, like discernment. Again, critical thinkers only, like stupid people. I don't like talking to people that don't know how to think. Or if you get into hero worship, like where you think somebody can do no wrong because you like their YouTube channel or you saw them on TV, I don't really rock with that. I'm a grown man. That's stupid to me. But when Stephen A. Smith have been clowning him like that for all those years, even going to campaign to smear the brother's name, I don't think he's trying to smear Kwame's name. Actually, he just said you're a terrible basketball player. And I think he has a right to say that. If you watch that drop the mic segment that he did, all he did was say, this ain't personal. This is not personal. And And if you want to talk about, I know Kwame talks about masculinity and stuff like that. Well, that's a masculine statement to say, I'm not getting emotional. I'm not in my feelings. This is not me, whining because you hurt my feelings or said something mean about me. It's me telling you the facts. Like, here's the evidence to support it. I don't think you're a good basketball player. It's his right to say that, right? So now I think when you get into the other stuff, though, I think you can talk about, kind of what happens with these media outlets and how they control Black people in a certain way. The Nick Cannonitis and stuff like that, and how Nick and Snoop and all these guys got kind of broken down and butt broken in public. You should talk about that. I think that's very important stuff. But to sit here and act like Kwame Brown's the only good guy and everyone else is evil, I don't agree with that assessment. I don't think, I think Kwame's fine. He's cool, whatever. I don't even know the guy. But, when you're just pointing out every single Black person who ever said you weren't a good basketball player, and you're pointing out all these other things you don't like about them, I'm not riding with that. I'm not going along with stuff just because it's popular. I mean, Black people love a lot of stupid stuff that I'm not going to go along with. And I don't agree with that. I think there's some new people from Kwame's Live in here, Dr. Boyce. Yeah, it is. It's fine. I welcome. I'm glad you're here. But just know being here is a privilege. It's not a right. We're not here for popularity. So you get out of line, we're going to have to tell you to leave or kick you out. I got moderators in here that'll do that. Do me a favor, by the way, please hit the thumbs up button, hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. Charlemagne got personal. He might have. Yeah, I think Charlemagne definitely made a mistake when he pulled out that bad information on Kwame's family, and he apologized for it. And he apologized probably not because it was just the right thing to do. I think, he's very strategic. So it was probably done because he realized he kind of messed up. So I personally think that he was probably a little bit concerned that back in South Carolina, remember, personal, go back, just understand, like, a lot of this stuff is personal, right? So again, Charlemagne and Kwame, it's personal. I think they're both from South Carolina. Kwame calls himself the Geechee or something like that, right? So he's Geechee, South Carolina. Charlemagne's from South Carolina. So this is deeper than just what you see in public. They probably have connections, 1 or 2 degrees of separation from each other, where they know a lot of the same people. So this is like a national image of a localized kind of issue. So I personally think that that's what makes it a little bit more complex. It's like me and Sean King. A lot of y'all don't know Sean King is from Kentucky. I invited Sean King onto the podcast. He agreed to come on, and Sean King just out of the blue canceled. And so my manager reached out and said, okay, well, when would you like to reschedule? He didn't want to reschedule. So Sean King just literally bailed, I think, because he was afraid to kind of run into the fire of the kind of questions I would ask him. And, and it was also very personal because he's from Kentucky like I am. And I was kind of like, come on, man, like, you're scared to talk to me? Like, what the hell's going on with this? You talk to all these white people, but you won't talk to another brother from Kentucky who was actually supporting you when everyone else was attacking you. Okay, fine, whatever. But, so when it's personal, it's more complex. Just like George Floyd was very personal. They knew each other. It's not like a random cop and a random guy. I'm going to call him a suspect, a random cop and a random Black guy. It was 2 guys that knew each other. It was very, very personal. So keep that in mind. That makes things more complex. Let's see here. He kind of states is the same as Matt Barnes and Jackson. Yeah, I don't watch Steven Jackson's show and Matt Barnes' show. I don't relate to that culture of smoking and drinking and all that. Yeah, I think there's some new. Okay, let me see here. Here it is. Jealousy. You're jealous of me, Dad? You don't have to be jealous of me, Dad. Don't be jealous of me. Let's see here. Let's see. You said nothing wrong. Yeah, I didn't. I basically, but then again, maybe I did. If I did, then, okay. Let's see here. Do you pay Fly Nubian Queens or not? Fly Nubian Queen, if you go to that channel, you'll notice Fly Nubian Queen is not a monetized channel. So there's literally, you can't even make a donation on Fly Nubian Queen. So Fly Nubian Queen doesn't make any money from the videos. Now, what we do, though, is we do partnerships with the company. If you want to be on Fly Nubian Queen, actually, I'm going to give you the email address if you'd like to join, because we have 150,000 subscribers. And it's for women. This is a place where we want to hear Black women's perspectives. But if you email producer@flynubianmedia.com. We would love to have you participate if you want to promote your brand or your product or whatever it is you want to do. We have 150,000 subscribers, and what we do is we do partnerships with the ladies that are on Fly Nubian Queen. So like Vicky Dillard, when we saw her, she didn't have a very big platform, but we had some subscribers. So we were like, hey, if you want to come on our platform and use it for free, you can. And she did. And Vicky has taken off, and she's become super well known all throughout the world. And I love Vicky to death. And this is the vision that I had. So the idea, though, that Fly Nubian Queen is supposed to pay people to go onto a YouTube channel is not realistic. Like Tariq Nasheed, he does not, from what I understand, or anybody. I'm not talking about just Tariq, but I don't think you can point to hardly anybody online, Tommy Sotomayor or anybody, who pays people to be on a YouTube channel. The money just isn't there, right? The money's not there. Now, what you can do is you can do partnerships with people where you can say, okay, let's work together and we can do something, do a 50-50 revenue share or something like that. So there is, money that can be made that way. And some people have built their brands, like Michi X built a big brand off the channel. And I know she's not happy with Fly Nubian Queen. I know that she has a lot to say, but remember, we put her out there, right? That's how she got started. So, if people feel like they should have gotten more, the network does not make a lot of money. Like Fly Nubian Queen operates at a loss. So we can't go pay people. Like we're not fucking CBS or NBC. Like we don't have so when people are looking for a salary, it's like, what are you talking about? Like I don't get paid to go on YouTube. I've never been paid to be on anybody's YouTube channel. I go on Hip Hop Uncensored a lot. They've never paid me a nickel to go on their network, but I love going on there. And the reason you want to do stuff like that is because you can get more exposure for your brand. That's how you build a brand. That's how you eventually find a way to sell your product and make money or whatever the case may be. People are not going to pay you just to go run your mouth on YouTube. That just is not, that doesn't make sense. I don't know a single Black person anywhere. Maybe you can tell me where I'm wrong. I don't know any independent Black person out here who is paying people to come on their YouTube channel and talk. In fact, if Kwame Brown said, Dr. Boyce, I want you to come on my YouTube channel, will you do it for free? I'd be like, yes, because you have a big platform. I can talk to a lot of people, and we can share audiences, and we will both benefit. I would absolutely come on Kwame Brown's channel. So Kwame, if you're watching, just know, I don't know your number, but if you know someone who knows me, call them, tell them to call me. I will come on your channel, and I will do it for free every day if you want me to, because what you have going on is great, and I would love for people to see us working together as opposed to seeing us separated and apart, right? So anybody who, so that Fly Nubian Queen question was really interesting to me because it shows a lot of people don't understand how business even works. Like they kind of think about it like like kind of a paycheck mentality, like pay me, you owe me a paycheck. It's like, what are you talking about? If there's no money being made by the company on a big level, like how can somebody give you a paycheck? So you got to know to build on your own. I've never once, I used to go on Yvette Carnell's platform when she started building it, and I would support her and stuff like that, but never once did she ever pay me to go on her platform. I can't think of a single time anybody's ever paid me to be on a YouTube channel. And I'm kind of known, like I'm kind of out there. So if I go on your channel, it's going to help your channel. But I've had a lot of people, I've never had people pay me. So when somebody expects us to pay them, I don't understand that. I'm like, why am I paying you to promote your brand, to get your name out there? Like you should be paying for that. Like companies pay for advertising. So you're advertising yourself. When I did AOL Black Voices, this is actually good information for those of you that are trying to build a brand. When I went to AOL Black Voices, they did not pay me shit to go on their platform. I went on their platform. I wrote probably 500 articles for them for free just to get my name out there. And then after I did hundreds of articles that were really good and getting tons of traffic and making them hundreds of thousands of dollars, then they started to pay me because they knew I could deliver. Right. So get that thinking out of your head. That's kind of crazy. Jason says Dr. Boyce is playing both sides. Yeah, I do play both sides because I play devil's advocate, even with myself, because one thing you should understand, one thing you learn when you get more like critical thinking skill is that there's no such thing as a universal truth. Everybody has a little bit of truth to what they're saying. And if I can understand your truth, then I can defend my truth a little bit better. Right. So anybody who thinks that you have the truth and everybody who's against you is a liar, that means you're not a critical thinker. You're not a very good, you're not very, very smart, to be honest with you. You're not able to process things. And I know people get offended, but it's like, shit, we might as well get it out the way. Like I'm not going to relate to people who are first grade level thinkers. Like if you are into hero worship where you think that one person is your demagogue and they can do no wrong, well, then you're not going to like me because I'm going to say, actually, this is wrong and that's a problem. Everything else is good, but here's some issues, right? or if you are a person that thinks that you're right, like you're a Democrat who thinks that everything the Democratic Party says is right and everything the Republicans say is wrong, well, you're not going to enjoy my channel very much either, because I see good and bad in both sides. Same thing as capitalism versus Marxism. People that are really anti-capitalist in all situations, they don't relate to me, because I think capitalism can be okay sometimes, but I also think Marxism can be okay sometimes. So do I play both sides? Yeah, I do a lot. I do a lot. When you are in like a debate team, one thing they do in debate is they have you take both sides of the argument. But you have to be rational and logical. A lot of Black people are in their feelings a lot, easily triggered, highly emotional. That's a very feminine energy. But I don't even want to say it like that, because I'm disrespecting women when I say that. Because some of the women got bigger balls than the men. Some of the women are tougher than some of the men. Some of the men are just wimps. And so, but anyway, the ability to kind of let go of your feelings and let go of your ego, that's a spiritual thing. That is a spiritual thing where you basically say, okay, I'm going to stop trying to be right all the time. I'm going to stop trying to win. I'm going to try to seek truth. And seeking truth does require a type of humility where you can say, yeah, your criticism. Yeah, you are right about that. Right. And the thing about the internet that can make it a little bit weird is that, that there are people that, and you see them in the comments. I'm sure they're in there making comments right now. You see a lot of people that are not in that place, either very immature, kind of ignorant, kind of destructive, like they love to see Black people fight. And I just, and I realize I have the power to choose. I'm choosing not to fight Kwame Brown. I'm not here to fight this man. Again, and I thought it was really fascinating when people were like you're trying to take down Kwame because you were dry snitching on Kwame. And I know where you got that shit. You got it from him, because Kwame feels that way. If Kwame has said, good job, Dr. Boyce, thanks, brother, for looking out, you'd be like, good job, Dr. Boyce, you were looking out, right? But because Kwame's like, nah, you was dry snitching. The next thing you know, they're like, yeah, doc, you was dry snitching. So that means you're not a thinker. That means you simply repeat whatever somebody else said. I can't respect that. Like, I'm like, I want to talk to the source. Who gave you that idea that you're repeating on the channel, right? And so it's like, with that, it's kind of like, if I really think about this, process this for a minute. Smart people in the room, please say, shout yourselves out. Let me know you understand this. So let's process this for a moment. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna process this. So the argument that people have made is that I was secretly, sinisterly working for white supremacists, even though there's no track record of me ever doing this over the last 25 years. I didn't get on the internet this week. I've been doing internet stuff since the internet began. So I'm secretly working with white supremacists to take down his channel, right? By publicly giving them the secret formula that's documented anywhere online, that this secret formula that by putting the N-word in your title, they might take down your channel and take down your videos. So you're saying you should have reached out to me privately, because by talking about it publicly, you're telling the haters how to take me down. Okay. First of all, the haters already know this anyway. They know this. I'm not saying no shit that they don't already motherfucking know. You don't think YouTube and ESPN and all their lawyers and the Stephen A's and the Charlemagne's and the powers that be don't know that hate speech in a title can get your channel taken down? Like, you don't think they know this? You think this is new information? Like, I'm just telling them something that they just hadn't. Oh, damn, I didn't think about that. No, that's crazy. Second of all, you're like, well, you should have called him. And I was like asking people, I said, okay, do you have his phone number? If you have his phone number, give me his phone number. Because somehow you're thinking I'm different from you. Like, I should have his phone number. So I'm like, okay, well, give me his phone number. You got his number? I don't know this man's number. I've never met this man. I don't hang out with celebrities and athletes and millionaire type people like that. I don't know any people like that. Right. So how am I supposed to have his number? Right. I wasn't even saying it, honestly, as much as I like to be like, yeah, I was really trying to make sure I was looking out for I was a little bit, but really I don't look out for celebrities. I don't hero worship. I was just sharing a thought with you. I was simply sharing that with you. I didn't even assume that he was even going to see the video. I honestly did not think he was even going to see it. So, because here's the thing, right? If I was really trying to secretly take down Kwame Brown, like if I was really, first of all, I'm smarter than that. One thing you should know, Lil Wayne told you a long time ago that G's move in silence, like lasagna, like the silent G in lasagna. He said G's move in silence. So if I'm really trying to do something sinister, I'm not going to announce it on YouTube. Like, I don't carry that kind of feminine energy. I'm a man. When I aim for my target, I go get my target. And you don't even know that I'm going after my target until after I've acquired my objective. You won't even know. Like, remember, my daddy was a soldier. I was trained by a soldier. And one thing my father used to tell me, it was all kinds of stuff. He said, keep your enemies closer and your friends closer. I said, wait a minute, don't you mean keep your friends closer and your enemies closer? He said, no, your friends are the ones that end up taking you down. So you keep your friends close, right? So I understand strategy really well. I'm a champion poker player. Poker is a game of strategy, psychology, and math. I've literally played in poker tournaments with over 1,000 people and got first place, right? That's how strategic I'm able to think. So strategically, do you really think that if I'm really trying to go after Kwame Brown, which I have no track record of ever doing this kind of a weird shit, because I'm not into that type of stuff. Do you really think that I would announce publicly what my strategy is going to be? That doesn't even make any sense. So, if I wanted his haters to know how to take him down, I would have got on the phone and called him up and said, psst, don't say nothing, but here's how you could take him down. I didn't do that. I said it publicly because that was a thought that I wanted to share. And generally speaking, I was like, well, if he does listen, he should take the N word out of his title. And I also think, generally speaking, that Black people have to reconsider the fact that we can't call ourselves pro-Black when we calling each other the N word all the damn time. Like, I don't get that. I'm sorry. I think that we have to start questioning that because it makes us look crazy and stupid, which half of us are crazy. Not half, a big percentage of our people are crazy and stupid. Let's just be honest with you. White supremacy, racism makes people crazy. A lot of our people are ridiculous. Like, so the people you see in the chat saying stupid, crazy stuff, just know they're identifying themselves. So when they say something crazy and stupid, just say, oh, you played yourself. You just showed us who you are. You played your hand, right? So the thing is, the reason that people don't respect us is because we'll act crazy and outraged when a white guy calls us the N-word. Like, one of the titles of Kwame's video was something like, I see y'all N-words talking. And I said, what if a white guy had put that title on his video? What if it had been like a famous white guy? Do you think what do you think Black people would have done? Answer me in the chat. What do you think Black people would have done? You think they would have ignored it? You think they'd be cool with that? Gary Owens, or I don't know, Bill Clinton or somebody, like, or a white rapper, Eminem. Let's say Eminem did it. Let's say he's a rapper. He did it. What do you think Black people would do if somebody used a title like that? I see you N-words talking. What do you think that they would have done? Answer my question. Give me an answer. Do you think that they would have just walked by? Do you think they would have been okay with that? Right. So here's the deal. When you talk about this thing with Kwame, one point he made that I heard that I agree with 100% was he talked about Stephen Jackson. And Stephen Jackson. And he said, you went off on me and said things about me that a white guy could never say. A white guy would get fired for saying these things about me. He said, so he was making my point. He was making the exact same point I was making, that double standard of, like, Black people saying things about other Black people that white people can't say about us is kind of it makes us look kind of ridiculous. So it's a racial double standard. So I would just tell you all that, for those, again, I'm talking to the intelligent people. I'm not talking to the people that just are here to just say, crazy stuff. You got to start thinking strategically, or you're going to keep losing. The reason that you're in the chat, if you're mad, the reason you're mad is because you're frustrated, because you haven't been winning. You don't feel empowered. You feel triggered. And until you learn how to get over that, white supremacy is always going to dominate your life. So let me see. Let me look at some more. Kwame's not white. Exactly. So if he were a white guy that used that same title, y'all would be trying to get his channel taken down. Y'all be screaming racism. But when a Black person calls you something that a white person could never call you, you're okay with that. So you call yourself something that you don't tolerate other people calling you. So that, it doesn't make any sense. It's I can't sit here and be like, don't call my sister a slut. And then my sister's like, yeah, that's right. And I say, shut up, slut. Like, what kind of dumbass would I look like? I would look stupid. I would look absolutely stupid. So let me see here. Double Stack says, you're not intelligent, sir. Well, you just got blocked. So good luck. The comments, hurting voice. Nah, I got to block you out too. All right. So let's see. Put some serious questions. If you have serious questions, I will answer serious questions. I'm not going to answer stupid questions. Lisa Nichols Shepherd says, you beef with Roland. Roland's been beefing with me. Roland has been mad at me since 2011 when I told him he should apologize on CNN and he didn't do that. Talk black excellence to Doc. Total respect you, bro, but you're getting lost in words, not the message. So what he said, yeah, but I'm sorry, Monroe. I don't call my people the N-word anymore. I do my best not to do that. I'm not going to say I haven't done it before, but I realize that that's a huge contradiction. Like that just makes me look, that's why the white man doesn't take you seriously, because you'll do ridiculous shit like that. And you expect to be treated like children. You're not aiming for equality because you're saying we're not equal. We're too stupid to know that that this destructive energy is going to harm us. So we somehow think that it's okay for us to call ourselves every terrible word in the book, but yet it's okay for us to get mad when white people do it. It's okay for us to look past it when a black man kills a little girl in the hood, but yet we're going to get outraged when the police kills a little boy in the hood. Like, get out of here with that stuff. Like, if you want people to take you seriously, you have to be the first to set that standard. If you don't respect yourself, then why in the fuck would you expect anybody else to respect you? Why would you expect anybody to respect you if you don't respect yourself? Let me see here. Let's see. We speak to each other that way. Same language, different delivery. I don't agree. I think that's wrong. You have to pay those black women that money, Doc. I paid so much money. How many of you can say you paid over $1 million to black people? I have. So believe me, I pay a lot of money to a lot of people. A lot of people built careers because I helped them. So you can't even say that. Let's see. Doc is obviously Kwame watches you and respects you. I think that he was just hurt because he's been listening to Dr. Anderson for a while. Yeah, he can call me. Like, if he wanted to reach out to me, I would totally invite him in. And I just kind of think, I think it was premature for him to assume that I was trying to attack him when I have no record of ever doing anything like that in the past. And that's what I talk about when I talk about conflict resolution. If like Nuri Muhammad, I'm cool with Nuri Muhammad from the Nation of Islam. If Nuri Muhammad was to say something crazy about me, something ridiculous, I wouldn't get on a video and say, damn, Nuri, I can't believe you said that about me. You were really dry snitching. No, I would probably reach out to Nuri, or I would say, gosh, I'm kind of confused. Like I didn't understand why you say that, but you know what? I love Nuri Muhammad anyway. And that's it. And that's kind of how I deal with the Kwame thing. Is like, I like the guy in general. I'm not going to fight him no matter how much y'all love to see black people fight. That's not something I'm interested in. Let's see. Askia Muhammad says you're rolling with Stephen A. I am. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, thanks. That's news to me. I don't know Stephen A, but thanks for saying that. Let's see. All right, so Askia Muhammad, we're gonna get you out of here. All right, Doc, it's obvious that, okay, let's see. Stop the word salad, boys. All right, well, you're out of here too. You gotta go. So let's see here. Now you think you're better than us. No, I just think that I don't do nigga culture. That's not interesting to me. So I'm sorry if you bring stupid culture. And also some of y'all just are just trying to be funny. Kwame's undefeated, speaks common sense. Yeah, he's good, but why weren't you paying attention to him 2 years ago? He was speaking common sense 2 years ago. A lot of y'all are only following him because he's trendy now. A lot of y'all were not down for pro-black anything 2 or 3 years ago. So, so I think that with the brother, I think that this fly-by-night popularity, it's kind of like, like, were you really loyal? If you were loyal, you were watching him in 2019. 2018, so stop that. Like, stop acting like you've been down with this stuff forever. You haven't been down with this forever. You're down with whatever's popular, and I go through that. I have people that suddenly want to be my friend because they saw me on TV or whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, I've been down with boys since forever. No, you haven't. you follow what's popular. That's what you're doing. So stop that. But you did come in attack mode. You didn't seem genuinely concerned. You're right. I'm not concerned with celebrities the way I'm concerned with the community. Communities matter to me more than celebrities. So I'm not really, I wasn't saying it just for him. I was saying it, just to share a thought with you guys. The etymology of the N-word is much deeper. Yeah, I know the AER versus the A ending. I'm not a fan of that. Not Geechee. Okay, because he has questions that need to be answered. You're being objective, and most black people's ability to think lack the ability to think objectively. Yeah, a lot of people are very emotional. With black people, you cannot disrespect 2 or 3 things that black people love. One, for some of our people, not all of us, for the non-critical thinkers, you cannot disrespect their pastor. Their pastor could literally be having sex with every woman in the damn church, and you better not say nothing negative about their pastor or their white Jesus. You cannot disrespect their favorite rapper. Their favorite rapper walks on water. He's made out of gold. He's perfect in every way. You cannot disrespect certain civil rights leaders, like when John Conyers was around, and was it the other guy? I forgot his name, the one that was in Baltimore, where his whole district was all fucked up. I forgot his name, Elijah Cummings. You can't speak negatively about any of those guys because they're protected, by this hero worship. And I can just tell you, John Conyers or not Conyers, was it Conyers? The one that kind of looked, I'm not going to talk about because he passed, but you know what I'm talking about. He wasn't a hero to me. These people were not my heroes. I don't worship pastors and I don't worship rappers because a lot of rappers I know are very destructive. A lot of rappers I know do more damage to the community than anybody I know. Like, they say things about you and put energy in your community that you would never accept from white people. You would never allow the Klan to come in and encourage black men to kill black children and to kill black people. Lil Wayne did a song where he said, "I'll shoot your mama up," or whatever. And y'all loved him for that. Y'all love the guys that are disrespecting black women at every available turn. So those three things, and that's actually proven through studies, and it comes from low self-esteem. It comes from the fact that because you were raised and nobody really taught you who you were, you find yourself in these celebrities and athletes and entertainers. So when you find a celebrity that you love, you really co-sign on everything the person does because you're like, oh, well, he's doing it, so it must be trendy. Kanye taps into that very well. Kanye knows that if he starts wearing an old ugly ass shoe, a damn fucking bullshit, an ugly ass pink and purple shoe that looks like a duck's feet, y'all will go pay $400 for it because Kanye's wearing it, right? So that right there tells you. Whereas there's some people who say, I'm not wearing that. That's an ugly shoe. That's crazy to me. Why am I going to wear it just because other people are doing it? I'm not doing that. Let's see. Jalen Rose checked out. Let's see here. Pay them all, but shout out to Jade Arundel. Yeah, Jade makes money from Fly Nubian Queen. Jade and Vicky do, but they make money through partnerships. There's no money coming in from the channel, so don't think the Fly Nubian Queen's channel is making money. It's not. The channel itself doesn't make money. What we do is we do partnerships. So, like I said, if you email producer@flynubianmedia.com, you are welcome. If you have a product or something, and you want to promote it for free, and you want to come on the platform and you're good at what you do and you have a voice for authentic black women in the community, email producer@flynubianmedia.com. Send a video of your, of your doing your thing. And if you're good, like we always love to work with talented people, because we believe in building black owned media. And so the way the queens make money, it's good to be transparent about this, is we do partnerships. So Vicky Dillard will do a 50-50 partnership with the company and we'll help, with the back end, with the promotion, everything else. And she does her thing and everybody's happy. Everybody wins. And right now it's not profitable. So we would love those of you who are critical of the compensation structure of Fly Nubian Queen. We would love you guys to come in and donate. If you want to come in and donate money to help us pay the money more, then that would be great. Because all the money that we make, pretty much all of it goes out to the people that do get paid. And the thing is, at the end of the month, the company actually runs short of money. So again, if you're so concerned, like if you really are so concerned about the queens making a certain amount of money, then come in and help pay some of those bills. We would love to have your support. See, people want to talk about how you're doing stuff, but they don't want to actually come in and help. So just, so that's how we know the difference between people that are legitimately concerned versus those who are just trying to sort of speak negative energy into black owned businesses. I'm not a fan of any of that. Those Negro naysayers have no power around here. All right. So Brian Taylor Bridges, how you doing, brother? Let's see here. Let's see. They will steal your content. Actually, what we do is, and Kwame does it. So shout out to Kwame Brown on this. We don't really care about, people taking our content. Like people take my videos all the time. I don't care. Because I want my information to be out there to the world. I want black people to be smarter because they saw my video. So if you take my video, so hopefully actually right now, if you could take 1 second and if you could help our channel by hitting the thumbs up button and also sharing this video. I don't have anything to hide on that front. Most of the money that I make, just in case you want to know, most of the money that I make now actually happens away from the internet. I make money. I have assets. I have investments. That's how I make my money. Fly Nubian Queen does not help me pay bills because the money is not that big. So I want to kind of dispel this notion that somehow this is some massive multi-trillion-dollar empire where black people are being exploited. No, I open that door. Like seriously, if you're serious, come in, be a part of it, support. Seriously, like don't just talk about it. Be about it. If you really love black people. Now, if you don't do anything, then I'll know that you're just talking. Right. And, but if you want to actually support, be a part of it. Like we're doing something good. Vicky Dillard's in there every day. Jade's in there every day. Constance Carter's in there every day. And I do not tell them what to say. They go in there and they speak as black women, because I believe black women need to have a voice. I think that we don't listen to black women enough in our society. I think that black women get ignored extensively. And so Fly Nubian Queen was designed for that, to let black women have a voice that's unfiltered, where they can just say what they want to say. So I'm not going to go out here and respond necessarily to any individual attacks, because sometimes people get disgruntled. There are people that, we've had contracts with people and they violated one person in particular, she violated her contract, and we basically, I refused to pick up her phone calls at that point once she violated the contract and pretty much dared us to sue her. I just said, I'm not going to deal with that. So I haven't acknowledged it at this point. I have no interest in doing that. So sometimes, people will get angry because they are like, you need to say my name. You need to acknowledge me. I'm like, no, I'm not going to acknowledge you if you're trying to cheat people. If you're not ethical. Once I feel like you're not a good person, I don't want you anywhere in my life. I don't want you anywhere around. And that's just what it's always going to be. And I encourage anybody who's starting a business, don't just measure people based on what they can bring financially and otherwise. Look at what kind of person they are. If they're cheating and swindling other people and cussing other people out and going ballistic on people or whatever, or betraying all their other friends, that's not a person you want to have around you. So once I see the type of energy, the kind and sweet, kind, gentle voice goes out the window. You no longer have access to that, because there are predators in your community. You have black people that are worse than some of these damn white people out here, that are 100 times worse. They are poisoned. They have been abused. They are nasty. They are hateful. They will attack every damn thing because they feel deep down that they haven't been acknowledged. So a lot of times they'll attack things just to get attention. And that's just what it is. So let me see here. Let's see. My good man, you are a serial fence rider. Yeah, you're right, Gusto. I actually am. I ride the fence a lot because I'm not interested in taking sides a lot of times. I prefer to try to understand things. So I'm more like a judge. I'm not a defense attorney. I'm not a prosecutor. I'm more of a judge, and a judge sits in the middle and says, okay, I want to hear your argument. And I want to hear your argument. And I'm going to see the merits in both arguments. That's actually how I relate to young people. With young people, when I see them do something that doesn't make sense to me, before I critique it, I remember something that I heard a pastor say to me one time. He said, before you correct, you must connect. And that means that before you start criticizing what somebody else is doing, pay attention now. Again, I want the smart people to hear this. Before you start criticizing what somebody else said or what somebody else is doing, try to understand where they're coming from. Try to appreciate that first. Once you can appreciate that, then you can see the issue from both angles, and you can defend your argument better because you can understand where they're coming from. Right. So, yeah, I do. I come off to people who are not critical thinkers. I come off as a fence rider. That's why the first thing I say, if you go back and you watch every video I've done for probably the last 8 years, in the beginning of the video, I say, this is the home for intelligent black people. That means I want people that are a little bit more mature, a little bit more forward thinking, who want to become critical thinkers. You don't have to be smart yet, but you have to want to be smart. Because I'm not going to imitate ignorance. I'm a professor. Professors are not supposed to be ignorant. We're supposed to be the smartest, among the smartest people in the room. So I'm going to challenge your thinking. I want you to think in a way where you can be strategic about achieving things, instead of thinking of yourself as a victim and going through life thinking, oh, I can't do nothing because white people told me that the only hope I have is to vote for the Democratic Party and to beg a white man for a job. And, oh, it's so hard to be black. It's so terrible. Oh, my God, they shot a black man. They going to come get me next. I don't do that shit. I don't do victim talk. I don't do that. No, you try to shoot me. I can shoot back. When I got tired of working for white men, I started my own business. When I got sick of what they were doing in the school system, I started educating myself and educating my own kids. I don't vote for the Democratic Party. I don't vote for the Republicans because I don't have to pick a side. You don't have to pick a side. Anybody who thinks that because you're not a Democrat, you must be a Republican is stupid. That's so stupid. Have they brainwashed you so much that you really think you've only got two choices? What kind of moron are you? Seriously, like well, you don't like hot dogs, so you must be a pig's feet eater. You must be eating pig's feet because you don't like the hot dogs. Why you can't eat the hot dogs like the rest of us? How about I'm a vegetarian, motherfucker? Like, seriously, like, you have a choice. So stop this. Like, this stuff is crazy to me. Let's see here. Critical thinkers can take a stand and stay on B1 code. Yes, they can. Let's see. He says he's for the community, then plays both sides. I don't know who you're talking about. And you ain't talking about me, because Lord knows I've sacrificed a lot by being black. I got banned from CNN in 2008. I don't know if you'll know that. Doc, stay in your lane. Charlemagne the God is on the chopping block. He might be. That's his cross to bear. Like I said, I can only speak to how he's treated me. But if he has something to answer for, then he's going to have to answer for that. Let's see here. Dr. Boyce Watkins, thanks for what you're doing for us in the Black community. Question for you. Did you happen to read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill? What do you think about it? I think it's a great book, but I did not read the whole thing, so I cannot speak on something that I've read. Let's see here. Can I pay Vicky Dillon an FNQ to open her show with my artist music video? Let me give you an email address. Feel free to send it. And also, anybody that wants to jump on Fly Nubian Queen and promote your brand and get your name out there, we have 150,000 subscribers. You are certainly welcome to come in and use the platform. We won't charge you any money. And if you're good, we'll do a partnership with you. And some of the partners have made tens of thousands of dollars a year. With partly, by working, with us on different things. So if you want to jump in, feel free to participate. Andrea says he's unhinged. Do I appear to be unhinged? Do I seem unhinged to you? I don't think, maybe I am. I don't think I am though. Let me see here. What happened to Yvette Carnell? Yvette Carnell, you know what? I have not seen any videos on Yvette Carnell's channel in a while. I was kind of disappointed. Yvette Carnell used to work with me back in the day, and Yvette is she literally hasn't done a video in 2 months. So I don't know what is going on with her. I was used to her coming at me like once a week or once every couple of weeks, which actually disappointed me. I called her to find out what was going on, because she was actually my friend, and apparently I think her feelings were hurt or something like that. And I wanted to talk to her about it, but she never called me back. So I don't know what was going on with that. But I know that with Yvette, the way things started with Yvette was in 2012, Yvette reached out to me and asked me to share her article on Your Black World. And I did. And I didn't have to do it. I did it because I thought she was smart, and I wanted to support ideas that were different from my own. That's how I like to challenge my thinking. I like supporting people. I like hearing from people that think differently from me, not people who think the same as me. That helps you to see things from a different perspective. And so we worked together for a lot of years. And apparently she wasn't happy, at the end of, with something. I don't know what it was. I wasn't happy with a couple things. Like, I wasn't happy with the way she kind of went after Farrakhan. I thought that was uncalled for. I didn't think she had to do that. And, but, for whatever reason, things kind of went weird. But her platform, Breaking Brown, we helped her build that. She came to me and said, I'd like to build a platform. And we did a 50-50 revenue share, just like I was talking about with Fly Nubian Queen. And I said, look, I'll support it. I'll send traffic to it. And we do a 50 rev share on the ad revenue, because everybody's trying to make money. Everybody's trying to survive in this game, because, we could go work for white people, so white people, I got blackballed from academia when I started speaking pro-black stuff back when I was at Syracuse University. And so it worked. Like, Breaking Brown was making money. We were all doing well. We were all winning. And it just kind of went south. And I wish I could talk to her to find out what happened. Like, I know she'll say it on YouTube, like, but it's like, you could have called me. We could have talked. Like, so I don't know exactly what happened, but sometimes it happens. Sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to, and you just got to keep on going. But this is all documented. My assistant has all the receipts on all of that. We paid Yvette tens of thousands of dollars. So this idea that somehow, we took something from, that's just not true. She made money. We made money. Everybody was doing fine. Let's see. Stick to academia, boys. You're out of your lane. You're out of your lane if you're on my channel, man. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and block you, bro, because being on my channel is a privilege. It's not a right. So if you can't be respectful with your comments, then you should just go. Like, I'm not here to get your views. I'm not here to be popular. I'm here to actually talk to people that have some sense. So please, let's see here. This band bought Michi X likeness, her name, holding it hostage, won't give it back. That's pretty accurate, actually. I don't want to talk about any of that because when you violate a contract, when you screw your friends over, then don't think I'm just gonna go and say, oh well, everything's okay. Yeah, you can screw. No. When somebody violates a contract, you don't do business with them. It's like when I'm done, I'm done. Now that's something I do. Like if I see some behavior in you toward other people, you're bullying other people, or you're being mean to other people, I'm not gonna want to be around you. I've seen bullies all my life. I hate that. It bothers me a lot because I was bullied as a kid and I didn't like it. And I was bullied even by my own father. I love my father to death, but when he was younger, my father was a Vietnam vet and a police officer, and sometimes he was heavy-handed with me, and it was very hurtful. And so when I see bullying behavior, it triggers me, it bothers me, and I'm not a fan of that kind of behavior. So when I see people doing that to other people that I care about, I'm not messing with you no more. Let's see here. What do you think about the Black Lives Matter founder stepping down? I didn't know that. Let me see. Let me Google that. Black Lives Matter founder, BLM founder steps down. Oh, look at this. 6 hours ago. Look at that. Is that Patrisse Cullors? Yeah, she says neither right-wing attacks nor criticism from Black organizers are reasons for her departure. So let's see. A co-founder of Black Lives Matter announced Thursday that she's stepping down as executive director of the movement's foundation. She decried what she called a smear campaign from a far-right group, but said neither that nor recent criticism from other Black organizers influenced her departure. Yeah, right. Patrisse Cullors, who's been at the helm of the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation for nearly 6 years, says she is leaving to focus on other projects, including the upcoming release of her second book and a multi-year TV development deal with Warner Brothers. Yeah, so civil rights superstars. They sure do well off this civil rights stuff. All that money given to Black Lives Matter, none of that money gets to the Black community. How crazy is that? Let's see here. Ace says Black women have had a voice ever since single parent households dominated the Black race, and look at the results. It's strong Black unsubsidized men whose voices are shunned. That is 100% true. And actually, I want to give you something. We're into solutions. So here's a solution that I hope you'll be a part of. We created the blackbosschannel.com, which is a platform just for Black men. So Nathaniel Jordan, the Minister of Wellness, is on that channel. He does great stuff in terms of health and talking to Black people about how you can actually live and not die. You've got Jeff Lightsey Jr., who is, I call him Little Stephen A, because he does sports every single day. You've got guys that go on there to talk about stocks. You've got guys that go on there to talk about all the relationships, all kinds of issues. We've had relationship experts. We've had Black men in all aspects of life. So if you want to participate on Boss, if you are a content creator, and let's say you have a YouTube channel and you want to just share your content on the channel, you don't even have to be exclusive. Like, you can literally send your videos over as you put them on your channel. You can send them over and we can give you more exposure. Just email producer@flynubianmedia.com. The URL's in the screen. So anybody who's interested in being a part of that, just email that. The producer's name is Taryn, and she can, if she likes your stuff, you got to send a link, show us what you got. If you're good, we'll put you on. We'll share the platform with you. So feel free to reach out. Let's see here. Shout out to the Black Business School. Changed my life. People are more focused on your opinion than the product. Yeah, the Black Business School. Well, here's the thing, right? I don't know how to shut up, right? I don't know how to, I've had people tell me, stop being so political so that everyone will like you. And I don't live like that. I've never been that guy, right? So I kind of like to weed people out from the jump, right? Like, if you're going to come in with some ideas that I can't relate to and that don't make any sense to the B1 philosophy, the B1 Black First philosophy, building our own businesses, educating our own children, creating our own jobs, strong Black families, like, if you don't relate to these ideas, I'd rather you hate me before we even get started talking, like before we even connect, because if we connect and you think that I'm something that I'm not, like if you think I'm cool because you saw me on the Breakfast Club and you think I'm down with rappers and I'm cool with Cardi B and Lizzo and Lil Wayne and all the ignorance in hip hop, then all that's going to happen is later on, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to get mad. You're going to say, well, dang, I thought you were cool. Here you are, you dissed Lil Wayne. why is Lil Wayne your fucking hero anyway? Like I'm that guy who says that. Like I'm not one of your little friends. Like your friends say, I'm not one of your little friends. I'm not. I'm 49 years old. I've reached OG status. That means that I ain't got time for nonsense. I don't have time for the bullshit. I don't do niggatry over here, right? So it's like either you want to elevate, either we're on level 6. If you're on level 1, you're welcome to come in, but you got to want to go to level 6. We're not going to come to level 1. We're not going to come down to get you. We're not, there are other platforms that will do that, right? That will celebrate, anything that's popular or whatever, even if it's destructive or unhealthy for Black men and killing Black people. You can go there, right? But the Black Business School is for people that want to build a better Black community, period. People that want to honor and love the Black woman and marry a Black woman, maybe at some point, possibly, or at least build a strong Black family who, it's for Black people that understand how family fits into community. It's for Black people that want to have healthy relationships and want to work together to create something better. It's for Black people that want to fight white supremacy and not just other Black people. It's for Black people that believe we can do this ourselves, that are not chasing jobs from white folks, trying to get white people to validate them, not looking to the Democratic or Republican daddies to save your life. It's for Black people that believe we can really do this on our own and that we can put ourselves first. I'm okay with using that filter. And that filter has allowed us to double down on the people that really get it. It's allowed us. I mean, we have 140,000 students around the world that are part of the Black Business School. We have helped. If you go look, I have a training on how to buy your first share of stock. I think that video has been viewed well over 1 million times. So we've helped over 1 million Black people. Like we got receipts on what we've accomplished. We have shout yourselves out. If you are here because I helped you get better at making money and I helped your life get better in some way, say something in the chat. Just say me, say yes, say I, say something in the chat. Because I'd like for people that are here, that aren't here, maybe because maybe you came here because you saw Kwame Brown was talking about me and you're like, oh, screw this guy, he ain't cool, blah, blah. I want those people to kind of see that so you understand why we're here. And I've had people make jokes and they say, oh, yeah, over Dr. Bush channel, those people are like a cult. Well, it's not like a cult. It's more like we just believe in some shit and we ain't backing down from nothing. Ignorant Negroes have no power in this space. It's like, so you can come into the church if you want to, but in this church, the congregation and the deacon and the bishop are running this whole entire motherfucker. Like, so at some point, you're just going to get bored. You're going to troll for a while, and then you're going to go find something else to do because we are representing something that you don't learn about in the white man's colleges. You don't learn about this in the white man's public schools. You don't learn about this with whatever job you have working for some other white man at some corporation. We understand power. Power. If you read Powernomics, power is defined as the ability to pursue your agenda despite the opposition of others. In Powernomics, he does not define power as the ability to pursue your agenda with the permission of others, or to pursue your agenda if it's cool and popular, or to pursue your agenda if white people say that it's okay, or to pursue your agenda as long as nobody tries to stop you. No, power means that you're going to move forward no matter what. Ain't nothing going to stop this train. Like, seriously, and the thing that you have to understand, this is where your mental toughness has to come into play. When people are just talking, that's just talking. That's just talking. It's not like they dropped a nuclear bomb on your town and blew up your building. No, it's somebody talking like, oh, well, we think you a sellout. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Now go back to your miserable life and we're going to keep building over here. And also we get tangibles. People don't come here just for entertainment. Maybe sometimes it's entertaining. Maybe sometimes it's fun to listen to. And it's okay to have that. But what I'm looking for when I see you, like when I'm out, you're going to different cities around the world and I bump to you guys on the street and you tell me, I know you, I follow you. You know what I'm listening for? I'm not listening for you to tell me that you know me, right? That's the ego. That's me saying, oh, look, they know me. I'm famous. I'm important. Everyone likes me. I got 1,000 likes on my video. I don't care. I'm 49 years old. I'm not supposed to think about that stuff. You know what I'm listening for? I'm like, okay, I know you know who I am. But what happened differently in your life because I came into your life? My goal in life is very simple. My goal is, my wife one time, she called me the juggernaut. And I said, why do you call me the juggernaut? She said, because everywhere you go, I know that you were there. Like you walk in a room and I see that everything's disorganized and the underwear is on the floor and the TV's turned on and there's a can of Pepsi on the table. I know you were there. And she said, and I think that that's true in your whole entire life. Like when I was at University of Kentucky as an undergraduate, they knew I was there. Like I wasn't just another student. I was the number one student on the entire campus. I was the number one Black student on the entire campus. I had the highest GPA, and I was the Wall Street Journal Outstanding Graduating Senior. When I was in graduate school, I was extremely outspoken. They knew I was there. At Syracuse University, they knew I was there. When I do this thing, my thing is like in your life, when you've heard me and listened to me, my question is, do you know that I've been here? Is there evidence? What evidence can you show me that your life is different now than what it would have been if you'd never heard from me? And you don't get that by just having a YouTube channel where you're telling jokes all day. Who gives a fuck? There's a ton of Black comedians out here that ain't never done shit for Black people in 200 years. Who cares if you saw me dribble a basketball? Who cares if you saw me bust a rap on your favorite song? Who cares if you love to come to my channel because it makes you laugh? No, I want to hear you tell me something like, we bought our first house. You convinced me to buy my first house. And I'm like, boom, touchdown. We did it. Or I started investing in the stock market because of you. I've got more money now because I'm like, yes, we're winning together. Right. So theoretically, you could almost say, when I talk about like taking the ego out of the equation, maybe I'm a little bit hypocritical when I say that, because I do believe in thinking very highly of us and myself. I think of what I'm doing. I have a lot of belief and a tremendous amount of self-confidence in what I do. But the thing is, the reason it's okay for me to say that I'm a great man, I believe I'm one of the greatest Black men in history. But the reason it's okay for me to say that is because I believe that together we are the greatest group of Black people to ever walk the face of this earth. I believe that we as a team can all win together, like I never identified with Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. I thought they were kind of mean to other players and they made themselves great at the expense of other people. Jordan would make himself feel good by pounding people down. That's why Kwame Brown's still pissed off, because Michael Jordan was such a jerk. I like LeBron James. LeBron James is like, yeah, I'm a champion, but we're all going to be champions. You're going to be a better player because I'm on this team and I'm going to pull out of you your championship caliber talent. So that's my goal. When I'm talking to you and I'm looking at you and I'm in here every day, I'm trying to pull that out of you. I'm like, you are extraordinary. You are great. You can do anything you put your mind to. You can win. Black people can win. We are the only group of people who survived the Middle Passage. We're the only group of people who survived the slave dungeons. We're the only group of people who survived 250 years of the most brutal slavery in the history of all mankind. We're the only group of people who also survived 100 years of Jim Crow, another 40 years of mass incarceration. We are also surviving whatever it is that they're doing to us right now, right? Brother Wesley Muhammad talks about little things like fluoride and stuff they're putting in the water that suddenly makes this gayness such a big deal. Is that true or not? I have no idea, but you know that they're doing something to us right now, and we are surviving all of that. And why are we doing that? Because we have power, real, authentic, meaningful, relevant power. Can't no flimsy-minded, yapping Negro come in and change all of that. That's it. Either you're going to have to become more like us, because we're not going to become more like you, because that's not what we're about. We're not bowing to nothing and nobody, because we're built to win. Our children are going to win. If you are the ignorant Negro who doesn't want to understand anything that we're talking about, well, guess what? Your children will be working for our children, because our children are going to be the millionaires. Our children are going to be the bosses. Our children are going to be the landlords. Your children will rent apartments from our children. Your children will buy products from our children. Your children will be the employees of our children, because we're preparing our families for the future, man. We ain't got time for niggotry. That's not how we roll, ever. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. TheBlackBossChannel.com. Feel free to subscribe. Do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button. If you haven't done that yet, please do that. And also, if you want to join the cryptocurrency masterclass that starts in the Black Business School, it's a little past midnight, but I think the discount is still there for a few more hours. So feel free to go take a look. It's being a bunch of crypto experts. And we're going to spend 6 weeks breaking down everything you want to know about cryptocurrency. So by the time you're done, you will be very comfortable with all aspects of crypto investing. We have several experts that we've contracted with, and the Black Business School is here to be the best Black university in the world. We are extremely good at educating our people, putting our people first. We are here for the Black community, nobody else. So if you're interested, feel free to go to cryptoinvestingmasterclass.com. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button before you go. I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Be good. Peace.
Here we are, clan the isms, cataclysm great. Our people out here struggling, trying to make it in this state. Everybody out here doing it, but we the ones who late. Now family, we the ones who gotta delegate. Get that money in the power, never be fake. Stick to cosign for 3. What did he say? Create jobs, support our own. Educate the same and buy back your home. Got 3 degrees, triple 10. 3 PhDs, now we on the CNN. DBTV, let's talk about negligence. Ignorance is bliss, but we can turn it to intelligence. Believe none of what you hear, half of what you see. Let's break it down here on Dr. Boy's TV.